in this sheet on mental discipline, it talks about how to discipline your mind, to expand your mind to create the most that you could possibly experience in life. And the first part of it is force yourself to look for goodness and well-being that is always present. Okay, and I want to ask you, has anyone taken this to heart and really started looking for the goodness in every situation? That no matter what's going on, there's something happening on a higher level that's perfect and right, making it part of who you are to look for that goodness and well-being. Yeah. Because if we are willing to look at it, we're moving ourselves out of victim consciousness and we're moving ourselves into an expanded consciousness of who we are. And that means it's so easy to bash the government and bash the politicians and bash the economy and everything else. And to me, it's a game that the ego plays with us. And when we do that, we immediately lower into a lower energy. And the only things we're going to be able to create at that low energy level is more chaos and more trauma and more drama. Okay? So the mental discipline is about moving your attention up and raising your energy so that when you want to create something in your life, you can create it from this higher energy level. You can create anything from this higher energy level. And the higher energy level is the willingness to look for good in wherever we are, whatever's going on, and most particularly in ourselves. That there is something good happening if we're willing to see it, we'll find it. And it takes a lot of mental discipline to do that because we've lived in a fear-based world and in a world where people love to be victims. That there's a lot of ego people running around that want to be victims. And everything's wrong, okay? And we have to sort of bypass that and be willing to go higher with ourselves and say, no, for me, I want to live in a higher place. And so that's mental discipline. The only way we can live in a higher mindset, in the high self, if you will, the superconscious mind, is if we mimic that energy of the superconscious in our life. So when someone goes, oh, guess what, I want to bash somebody, and you go, oh, good, let's bash them. Remember, right down here, you're right down here. And that's the place where we are ill, and that's the place where we have poverty, and that's the place where we do victimhood. Okay? And you can choose right then, I choose mental discipline to raise my consciousness and to raise my energy because I want to be a creator and I want to create all good things. Not just for me, but for everybody else as well. And remember that wherever your energy is, like attracts like. So if your energy is here, you're going to attract people into your life that are operating from that level. And if your energy is down here, you're going to attract people in your life that are operating from that level. And you get to choose. It's completely your choice. Is it worth the effort to remind yourself, oops, stop, I'm indulging the ego right now and playing that silly game of victim stuff, and I don't want to do that anymore because I want to have those pretty beads and I want to have my wonderful horse and I want to have all the things that have meaning for me that I vibrate at a high level.